Alright guys, hey, it's BATJAC J.W. You're tuned in to JW's radio. Sorry if the video and all that is messed up, but trying to make this work. What's been going on lately, all that stuff. You guys know I got a job. You guys saw that JW's radio, hopefully. Got something to show you right over here. But I'm not going to bring that out just yet. But yeah, cheers. Hopefully you got your coffee. And so to get to some things, get to some shout outs here. We didn't do that last time because last week's episode, kind of a special one. It was about Rick Harker. Rick Harker is a truly amazing guy. Really awesome to see somebody that into it that did something that I actually just thought of, like who would actually do that? Rick Harker does. Builds an old cowboy western town in his backyard. Okay, so some of the recent videos I did post up is some ammo stuff, really. Smallest 22 LR I've ever seen, that's for sure. And some other ones on wax bullets, if you've seen that. Wax projectiles from Spitfire. Really cool. Who is Spitfire? What have they... I contacted them out of the blue. I was just kind of Google searching, and you guys know I really like the wax bullets and found that product from them. And in fact, you can load that into your lever action rifle, rack it, chamber it, pop, eject the shell, and continue shooting. That reminds me a lot of growing up when my dad used to tell me a lot about Mattel shooting shell stuff. So that really attracts me. Also, the fact that I'm always looking for that alternative shooting. How can you shoot with an alternative? So, okay. Alright, here we go. Okay, so here we go with the last week's one. Give me a second here, get this thing loaded. Alright. What is this? Been taking a little time lately. I think I might have used up a lot of data. I'm always checking in on my YouTube channel. That's a cool thing about this. But yeah, I've been trying to. Next step is getting my own internet. By the way, I've been battling Wi-Fi. That's why I do apologize to some of you. I have not been able to shout out at you. Arizona Ghost Riders, of course, Santee, he's the guy to introduce me to Rick Harker, so big kudos for Santee. Check out the Arizona Ghost Riders channel if you would, please. You also know I've been appearing there as well. So alright, we got Muzzle First, which is cool museum. I like that name, Muzzle First. What a good name. Glock 17. He says, wow, he did an awesome job. Have a great week, JW. Thank you, Glock 17. I will. My buddy PR Veteran, my brother over there. Hope he's doing good. Says, Firestarter. Great video. Can't wait to meet you. Have actually used an indoor range last year. Is the one on 29th. Got married at Harker's last month. Great time. Had by all. Now let's ride. Okay, fire starter. Must be in Arizona. Rooster Cogburn. I know what JW stands for. He ought to know. All right, Jeffrey Richardson. Jesus is God. I'm sorry. Okay, really cool, bro. Thank you very much. Mr. Holster, thank you, Mr. Holster, for always being there. Varen K, Health Power, the Gunfighter 45 ACP, my brother Gun Enthusiast over there in Texas. Hey, we're pretty close now instead of living out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Joe P, great, good tour, awesome place. It is, Joe. It's a really awesome place. I wish you were there. I wish you could join in. Okay. And Bob Hartman, Scott F, Big Al, Douglas Walther, 3 Wolves, 4570. That's 3 Wolves there. Lion Quest Fitness, thank you again for things you've done for me over there, Lion Quest Fitness. Also really enjoyed the videos. That self-defense video is really interesting. I always thought, wow, that's just the concepts. It's always really neat to see everybody's input, everybody's way they train, way they do things. It's always different. So Pepper at 88, the Crazy Scotsman, I know you've been doing that. I know you did a giveaway. You did a shout out for me in that giveaway. So I appreciate it. If I can, I'll try to do something for you. 454 Packer, Richard Godlins Landeros, Godinez. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm sorry, Richard. I know you actually said it one time in a comment how to pronounce it. Bernard Flood and Evie Saint. Okay. So, all right, we're trucking along here. I've been really busy at work. They've been scheduling me off the charts, which is good. Good. More money in the bank, more money to buy more toys. As you guys know, I'm living out here in the land of all kinds of toys, more than I can probably afford. Well, I know that for sure. What am I saying? There's too much. I finally found out for sure what the Go Gun Enthusiast means by don't go to the gun show if you're broke because you'll just be kicking yourself. Yes, that's very true. Other neat thing is right down the road for me, I got access to reloading stuff, so I actually got some stuff going with that. I picked up this stuff. I've never used it before. Accurate number 2. I did some testings with it. I tested out my 44 special with it. Loaded up about 30 rounds, and that's a cool thing. It went to work and test fired it. Got to see how it worked out. So shot a little bit of that after work in the indoor range, and which is neat because I've never actually got much of a chance to work in an indoor range, because in Hawaii, by the time I grew up enough to where I could own a gun myself, the indoor range had closed. My best friend over there that I worked with, you know who you are, and if you're watching, he worked at an indoor range, and he used to tell me all kinds of stories and share that kind of things with me, and I always thought it would be fascinating to work in an indoor gun range. And yes, it is. Good people, good management. I've been really enjoying myself there, and I feel really blessed and lucky to have landed my first real job out here as something I really wanted to do. For somebody like me that traveled all across the Pacific Ocean to the desert to do specifically this, I do appreciate the job in a very high level. It's really something I'm glad I got into this and got to do this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Believe it or not, my reloading, I've actually ordered a Lee turret press. I'm going to check that out. I do have the Dillon 650. You know, I like simple stuff. I want to take more time, and so I'm going to try the Lee. I've always liked the Lee products. As you guys know, I got the Lee. This is their hand press, and weirdly I found myself using this more than I've used the Dillon. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to check out this turret press. It was fairly inexpensive. I think it was like $78 off of Amazon. And I ordered a disc thrower. Unfortunately, kind of got backed up, so I may just have to call Midway and get one of those disc measures things and get that going. As I said before, Ballastall right down the road. I don't need to... So, yes, life in Arizona has been good to me. Speaking of things being good to me, if you guys remember early on, my very first JW's radio, I talked about a lot of things. It was really kind of getting started in this, getting this type of video going and rolling, emotion-wise, and where it's going to go. For me, and I don't preach to nobody, that's not my thing, but for my beliefs and what I do, you know, for my way of walking through life, and throughout, even just getting into this business myself, getting into the fact of getting to work with guns and do my hobby and get paid for it, that's pretty amazing. I remember it very, very well, leaving a job that was not very good. They weren't very good to their people, they weren't very good to me, and I had already been working part-time at a gun counter at a big box store. Again, I'm just going to leave out names just for the sake of it's not really not necessary. But long story short, I walked out of that job that treated me really bad and just looked up and said, where do I go? And for some reason, I went back down to that other job, and I was just there that morning. Worked the rest of my shift. They put me on as a closer. I had already been there in the morning, but from that point, that was the first step into this pool of working in this business. And that was the best day of my life, because that really changed a lot of things. Now, as you guys know, if you go into my description of my channel, again, I don't preach to anybody regardless of what your belief is. I don't really care. I like you all. You're my subscribers. Appreciate it no matter what. So you're always here supporting me. But I'm telling you this, the day that I put the Almighty ahead of everything else is the day my life became better. And it was just being with working with a fella down there and helping me with that. And you know who you are. He's a good friend of mine back in Hawaii. And I must say that the journey I traveled, even getting here to Arizona from Hawaii, you know, everything, things just were falling in place, and arrows are pointing the direction to where I am now, and it's been good. Life has been good. So, what have I been experiencing out here? A gun show, first of all, is one of my favorite places, the things to go do, especially when you got money. Don't go if you don't have money, right? Don't do that. But yeah, I picked up something neat. This is a really neat shotgun. This is a Winchester Defender. Defender model. It's got an 18.5-inch barrel, magazine 2 that meets up with the barrel, and I think this thing holds like 7 shells. But really neat shotgun. You got the walnut or the wood corn cob style pump and stock. This thing is sweet. I remember talking the fella out of it. I gave him $300 for it, and it's pretty much like brand new. He didn't want to do it, but when you hand a fella cash in his hand, he tends to just go okay. And that's what I love about gun shows, because you can just pick up cool stuff like this. Now, funny story about this. All right, first real big gun show I went out to, the Expo Center out here. I saw the high standard K1200 riot gun, and that's the notorious shotgun that was used by Steve McQueen in the movie The Getaway. One of my favorite movies. I absolutely like that movie a lot. Always looked for that shotgun, and right as I walked up to look at it, it had already been sold. Yes, it got sold for a very low number, and I really, it was like a kick. It hurt. But it pretty much looks a lot like this Defender by Winchester. It's pretty much identical to it. I think maybe this part is a little bit different, and for the most part, this is pretty much it. So, I would still buy one of those high standards, what a K1200 riot shotguns. I definitely will snatch one up if it's a decent price, and I see another one, I will. But the second gun show I go to, I find this thing laying there on the thing, and I looked at it, and this is exactly what I've always looked for a long time. So I was like, I gotta grab this. So I made out of there. So my experience with this is a cool thing about it, and it was something that I felt was really neat. You know, you go there, show him your ID, and pay the man, and you know, he zip ties it up, and I got to walk out of there and got on the little golf cart. They take you out to the parking lot to where your car is parked, because it's quite a ways, and I got to ride on the back of this golf cart with my shotgun in my hands. And I tell you, there was a little kid in me that said, I feel like Steve McQueen right now. The experience of that is amazing. So do I love this state? Yes, it's amazing. What I even getting to do, the opportunity for me, if you know, being in love with guns, and this is what I love to do. This is the best state to be in. It really is. It's brought me a lot of things, you know, again, and I owe this to, you know what, man, that's just the way I focused in my life. And I gotta say, I've been blessed with a lot of things, and I'm really grateful and thankful for that. And even doing this YouTube channel, it's been amazing to have this many subscribers. A lot of you guys are coming on over, so hopefully the numbers keep coming up, and I can keep doing these videos for you and turning them out. So I will be doing some more stuff with the Lee turret press, and as soon as I get it, it's on its way. Hopefully That's the other positive thing. I guess the mail out here has been a lot better. So yeah, now I got a pretty decent income and everything like that, so hopefully I'll pick up some more toys, do some more videos. Also, if you're interested, absolutely, as I always mention, I got my vlog channel. That's Combat 86 Radio Show. That's my daily vlogs and things. But I unfortunately lately haven't been able to do any daily things because of the internet process. Every time I film something, I always think, well, I don't know, hopefully I can get this uploaded somehow. So battling with the Wi-Fi, so yes, that is on top of the list. I need to get that done. I need to go to Best Buy or somewhere and get the router and modem and get the right ones for the internet company out here to get it hooked up and everything like that. So maybe I'll go bug Santee some more on trying to get the right stuff, because when it comes to that stuff, this fella is not too savvy. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. That's this week's radio show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for still being here. I know Crazy Scotsman, I know you've been doing that shout out thing for me. I appreciate it. Again, I really, every time I make something, a video, I got to figure out if I'm going to be able to upload this. And lately, what I've been having to do is upload it off of a Wi-Fi, off of a cell phone. So with, you know, I usually try to get these things uploaded and get off because I don't want to run up the cell phone bill. So anyway, you'll be seeing more. So thank you for watching. Go check out that Spitfire wax bullets there. That's a really cool product. I'm definitely going to be contacting him, buying some more, because I want to horse around with that a little bit more. So I'll probably head out to Rick Harker's place and go do that. So stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen. And also check out Arizona Ghost Riders, because I've been showing up in his videos and we've been collaborating and doing some stuff. And so you got a sense of humor, you like this content, stick around. Definitely going to be getting interesting here. At least I hope so.